Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne back again for your mid-November video tarot horoscope. For everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in Leo. For the big cats, you big cats, and for everyone who loves cats, this is for you. So a quick update about me. I am going to be embarking on this crazy journey, and I still not even really haven't processed it yet, across the country from Virginia to Washington State. So I'm driving all the way across. I'm still taking clients, so feel free to email me. I'm giving people my cell phone so we can do phone readings or Skype, but Skype will be probably limited, mostly just phone readings. And then I'll be resuming my daily videos in early December, once everything kind of has calmed down, because this is a big move and I've got a lot going on with it. So yeah, so that's what's happening. I guess the other thing that you need to know is I've been seeing a lot of the Tower card. It's come up 3 times now in the last, several videos. So I feel like we're going through, I think everybody's kind of wrapping up for the year and starting to really feel like there's a lot of big changes, a lot of big shifts happening. Feel like, well, this relationship, especially with the relationship, isn't what I wanted, isn't what I signed up for, and now it's time to change. It's sort of like everything's coming to a head in November. So, I feel like you guys are actually dealing more with the liars and the cheaters and the thieves, though. Anyways, okay, so to start off your reading, you've got the Two of Pentacles, which is you are juggling 2 things. You could be juggling 2 jobs, 2 properties, 2 incomes, 2 relationships. You're juggling 2 things. A lot of times it's 2 jobs. But it's interesting because what's crossing you is the liars, the cheaters, and the thieves card. So I think, Leo, that this person is juggling 2 people, 2 relationships. You could be involved with a married man. You could also be involved with a married woman, although chances are it's a married man. And you see what he's doing. You see that he's cheating. You see that he's not being honest at all. Not with you, not with her, not with anything. And the thing is this person that's juggling these 2 things doesn't realize the risk that's involved. It doesn't realize that that you're risking your heart to be with them. For some reason, that's coming up. I don't know why, but that's what's hitting my brain. So it's sort of like you're risking a lot to be with them, and you're sacrificing a lot to be with him. And I'm not sure if he totally appreciates it, to be honest with you. It's weird, Leo, because I feel like we got a lot of this drama a couple months ago, and it's come back. I feel like last month wasn't as bad, but I feel like this, I don't know, maybe it was the beginning of November, things had kind of calmed down, but now it's like he's back again. That's just my feeling. It's like you're dealing with someone who's back in your life that's just not a good dude, They're not a good, it could be a girl, but I just feel like they're not good for you. The bottom line here is if you're a female, this is crazy because, I swear, I am not doing this, okay, guys? This is crazy because I just did my Pisces video, and in the Pisces video, the outcome was a Leo male. And now, in the past, Leo males, we've got this Pisces girl in the past position. The bottom line is that you were thinking about this girl. And you may not have, you may be like a Leo ascendant or something, or moon. You may not be a Leo sun, but this could still apply to you. You're still thinking about this Pisces girl. She doesn't want really to talk to you. She's going to be very difficult to get through to. She doesn't really want to talk to you. She's very much in her own world, and even if you try to get through to her, it's going to be very difficult. The only time that she's going to want to talk to you is if she snaps out of it. She's a dreamer, she's a dreamer, and she's not good with staying connected. She's not good with having good communications. She's just she lives in her own world, basically. Pisces usually live in their own world. Excuse me. So, in the past, in the recent past, you had, I feel like, a passionate relationship with someone that came into your life, and they were really, things were going on between the sheets. Something was really passionate happening there. There was love, there was romance, there was happiness. They were making you really happy. But it's strange because I think that, you're kind of maybe questioning it. Like, it's weird because it's progressed and you're questioning it. I'm not sure why. And you're kind of seeking counsel. That's why you're watching this video. You may be talking to some other psychics. You want to know what's going to happen. You want to know, are you meant to be? Is it meant to go somewhere? There's two, I feel like for Leo females, there's two guys in this picture. And actually, it could be more than two guys, which is interesting because the juggler was juggling two things. So, Leo ladies, you're juggling 2, potentially 3 or 4 guys or relationships. Leo guys, you are thinking about this Pisces female that you kind of have an on and off relationship with. When it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, you can't get through to her. That's what this reading's about, in a nutshell. Emotionally, I feel like Leo, you're focused on wealth. You're focused on money. You're focused on the attainment of wealth and money, and that's what makes you happy. And it makes sense because Leos like shiny things. They like gold. They like cash. They like the ability to just do what they want. Leos like the pomp and circumstance. They like to party. They like to live large. They're the ones that have, the gold chains around their neck, and they like, to have their rims all spiced up on their car, and they're the one that has the crazy car that's all, they're riding high. You guys know who that is. You've seen it before. That's kind of you, Leo. And if you're more refined, you may be more of like what I call the refined Leo. The refined Leo that likes to show off, but in a very classy way. So like you have the biggest suite, or you have like the biggest, penthouse, somewhere in the Caribbean, with all the fixings and the fancy, driveway and the fancy fountains and all that stuff. You like all that, and it's what makes you happy. Big wealth. When you think of Leo, you think of big because it's just, the ruler is the sun. So, it's just big. It's big, it's bright, it's bold, it's beautiful, baby. I just rhymed. What's coming towards you is this weird, sad energy, which I don't particularly get because I don't feel like, some Leos, see, it's the girl with her cat. So it could be you, Leo. Some of you, I feel like what's happening is like these two really go together. It's this cheating makes you like this. It gives you this melancholy and withdrawal and sadness and crying, and you don't know really what to do. You could just be going through a tough situation with these guys, You're dealing with multiple guys, or you could just be having a passionate affair with someone. Your attitude is Richard the Lion-Hearted or the Joan of Arc. So if you're a female Leo, this is you riding into battle. If you're a guy, this is you being a little bit reckless, being a little bit wild. Leos can have a sense of overconfidence. It's like they know best, which can cause some conflict a little bit. This is a little bit of conflict, guys. This is a little bit of difficulties at work, difficulties in relationships, difficulties because, what's happening is you're really trampling on other people's emotions, and especially if the Pisces is very sensitive, which generally they are, it's hard to get along with the Pisces because the minute, and it is literally the minute that you go in for the kill on the Pisces, you see something negative, they either explode into waterworks or they completely shut down. And they go and they wallow, and they turn into this person for weeks or months or years at a time. It's fire and water. This is the way it goes. And the outcome here is actually positive, though. It's female Leos, you're getting your power back. You're embracing your Leo side, which you're embracing the lion, okay? You're getting your power back. You are saying no to things. You're saying, no, I don't need, any of these guys. I don't need the liars, the cheaters, the thieves. You're like, that's it. I'm done. You could end up single. You could end up with another Leo or a Capricorn or a Taurus or an Aries. But because you're the lion, I think female Leos, you're just going to get your power back. That's my feeling. For a guy, you may be in a relationship with a very strong woman, and you may be moving on from this Pisces forever, Could be. That Pisces may have been a really good one or two night stand, or even like small relationship, three-month relationship, but now you're moving on. That's my feelings. You're going to move on, and it's going to be you and her versus the world. It's going to be better. This is generally positive, although it can mean some control issues, domination issues. But because this is a reading for Leo, and because there's the lion, I think it's really positive. There's strength, there's power, there's love, and you tame the beast within, which means your life is not all about collecting the wealth. Your life is, I feel like there's two Leos. I feel like there's the Leos that are all about the money, and then there's the Leos that are all about the relationships. They're the players of the zodiac, They have to have a relationship, and they have to have multiple relationships because generally they're never really satisfied with one, and that makes them, they tend to roam, they tend to wander. I mean, why does a cat show up at your door, and then wander off into the wilderness and then come back 6 months later? Why? Because the cat just has a tendency to roam. And so it's just a tendency. It doesn't mean you are that way. It just means it's a tendency to not be satisfied with just one person. Okay? To not be satisfied with just one career, with just one focus in life. You need to kind of dabble, and you need to feel like everybody loves you rather than just one person, because you don't believe it. You don't believe that like one person can love you. You don't feel that way. You aren't satisfied until everybody loves you. But the problem is that you break a lot of hearts along the way, and it can cause a lot of drama. So this, though, is a positive outcome, whichever way you want to see it. But I think, if this guy is crossing you, you got to tell him to get lost. Leo ladies, it's time to tell him to get lost. Say no. Block him on your email. Block him on your phone. Block him on YouTube. Block him on Facebook. Deactivate your Facebook. Block him on Twitter. cut him off. That's it. If you ever see him again, tell him you call the cops. That's what I always say. Just, be very straightforward and say, no more, thank you, goodbye. Kind of curious. I pulled another card just to see what would happen if you did that. And there's a free will element there. It is really up for you to decide what it is that you want. Again, are you going to be happy with one person? Are you going to be happy with multiple people? You have to be honest. If you are that person that is not going to be happy with one person, you need to tell all the people that you're dating, you're not in it for commitment, you're just in it for the sex, and that's it. And be honest. And if they still sleep with you, well then great. They knew that you were totally upfront with them. But a lot of times, I hate to tell you, Leo, especially Leo guys, this is the way you go wrong. You tell them that you don't want a relationship, but they really don't hear it, because women never hear that. Women, if you tell them they don't want a relationship, they'll still sleep with you because they totally are into you. And they don't really get that because they think every guy can be changed. They think every situation can change. They always are hopeful. They always will believe, no matter what, that there will be potential to have a relationship. When in fact, the truth may be, Leo, that there isn't. That there will never be a potential to have a commitment relationship until you're 50 or 60 years old when, you're tired of roaming. That's just how it is. So for now, you may need to roam and, I would definitely say to the people in your life that you're not faithful, you're not committed, this is not a time for you to be faithful or committed. Chances are you cheat on them. Chances are that, you would just sleep with them and leave. And if they still say they want to sleep with you after you told them all of that and really delineated it for them, then they're asking for trouble. And they've made their choice. But you need to decide what it is that you want. If you want a committed relationship or if you don't want a committed relationship. One or the other. And be honest. And be true, be a good person and be true to what's in your heart to do and follow your heart. And you have a big heart, so it should be good. It should be fine. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Like I said, if you want a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I'm sending you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. All right. Have a good night. Take care.